ever again.
And so it went, taught itself this language, I believe, in the morning.
And
then it could answer in that language.
Okay, what do we have here? Just waiting for people to come in so we can start our show for tonight. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I see the TikTok audience. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening. Maybe I need to turn a little. Phoenix 2, good evening. Maybe that sucks. I think this is good. Mello, what's going on? Yeah, we have a lot of personalities coming in here from YouTube. This is an open Q&A, so I'm definitely open to answering your questions. Yeah, I'm seeing people definitely tuning in at the moment. So let me just, we have YouTube in the house tonight. Oh shit! Let me put, wait. I gotta add one more in. What am I doing? Save changes. I have to put one more program in there. Okay, here we go. What's going on? That's who's that? Darling, darling, good evening. Can you talk about Bawon La Croix? Well, I'm going to talk about Bawon La Croix. I'm going to give you that. Let me highlight this so we can start the discussion off with that. 1 second. Let me put my time on my watch here. Keep track of the time. We're going to talk about Bawon La Croix. Hello, 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 hello. So I'm going to talk about Bawon La Croix. Let me just put my watch on right now, just to keep. I had to keep track of time. It's my time. Okay, so okay, I got the good timing. Boom. So listen, Bawon La Croix. Bawon La Croix, I would say this. From my past experience with Bawon La Croix, I would say that Bawon La Croix is different from Bawon Samedi. I would say the temperament of Bawon La Croix, if you don't know what you're doing, it's a temperament of that of a pit bull, very aggressive. See, Bawon Samedi, excuse me, Bawon La Croix in comparison to Bawon Samedi is night and day. Bawon Samedi has a very playful but yet serious demeanor. Can be very sarcastic, but in the same token, he can be very dangerous. Now, when we're talking about Bawon La Croix is a different animal. Bawon La Croix is very cold-hearted. Bawon La Croix will handle business. And I would say this. I want to get in this so bad. Well, you're here. You would want to get into this live, but listen, let me finish talking about what I'm talking about. But yes, AP, hello. But yes, Bawon, greetings. Bawon La Croix, I would say this. He's a no-nonsense spirit. If certain things got to be taken care of, they're going to be taken care of. No laughing, no joking. And I'd say, yeah, you know what? Let me turn the central air on because this is definitely a little. I try to open up the windows. It's definitely a little muggy in here. 1 second. Turning on the central air. It's definitely muggy in here. The humidity outside is crazy. So yes. Hello, Samile. Yes, I'm back. But yes, Bawon La Croix is very to the point, no nonsense. But I would say, just like with every spirit, you be careful because every spirit has their preferences and things that they like. And you definitely don't want to have a spirit. You definitely don't want to pick up no new habits. If you're the type of person that don't want new habits and you already have habits, then I would say stay away from Bawon La Croix because you'll find yourself being interested in certain things that you weren't interested in. But as far as Bawon La Croix is concerned, a spirit that's to the point and handles business. Okay, let me look at the TikTok statements here. Questions. Someone told me they seen white bats in a dream. Now, if you've seen white bats in a dream, well, that's a difficult one because the bats, I mean, listen, white bats, bats in general, if we're going to interpret the dreams, we're going to basically take it down. Let me put it like this. If you see bats in a dream, well, bats can be looked at as a good thing and it can be looked at as a bad thing. You know, in a white bat on top of that, I mean, you have to ask yourself, what do bats bring? You know, and again, if you had history of dreaming of bats, then you need to go back into those dreams and like you need to go back and remember what happened after you had that dream about bats prior, you know. But a white bat, that's very interesting, you know. That's a very interesting one. I can't really say much about that, but I would definitely take considerations. I would start off with bats carry rabies. Bats carry all types of hosts of diseases. And bats historically have never been looked at in a good sense. They've always been associated with certain negative things. So there may be some truth to that, but you'd have to do your research to look in, to not research. You'd have to, I mean, you can do your personal research, but you also have to have your experiences. If you haven't had any experience, I would document that down and pay attention to what follows after. So let me look at the next ones. Do I have classes? No, I do not have classes. I just do work, Let me look at these statements here. You're welcome. Okay, now Okay, let me look at this one here. Hold on. You tried contacting me earlier. Well, listen, you're gonna have to try to text me again. Well, just text me whatsoever. I was probably taking a nap. So listen, you have to text me whatsoever. Let me know that you was on a live and you try to reach out to me. All right. Okay, next question. If someone gets your destruction work and is justified, what if the person that, oh, you know what? Let me set the mood. Had to set the mood for a bit. What? Hold on. Shakar Anderson, you booked? Well, listen, I haven't got a notification from the website. So listen, I'm gonna have to look into that to see if there was if you booked a consultation. 5:30. Well, listen, I'm gonna contact you when I'm done with this live. Nah. Let me take that out because this is not good for the live. 1 second. Let me get some music that's relaxing and classical. Something classy. Yeah. Okay. If someone gets destruction work and is justified, okay, and is justified, what if the person that they are doing it on does a return sender? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Trust me. It's not going to work. Only way that it can end is if you take it off. That's it. There's no return sender or break spell and that's it. No, it's not going to work like that. So that's what I'd say about that. Does street sweeper attack coworkers after a job if they don't like you or they have to do something underhanded to you first? Well, like I said, this thing, street sweeper ring, like I said, unseen and seen enemies. So therefore, whether you know it or not, if they are caught in that, if they're caught and you basically, let me just play this. If they're caught, whether you know it or not, you're going to see some things happen. And you can speculate and assume that something they did has caused that. Oh, hello. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. Let me look at this. Does that website still on what? Of course my website is still up. Wait. De qui sa live sa e la? Well, live sa c'est pour m'bay réponse pour question. So ou met poser n'importe question, m'a ba ou réponse, mais c'est faut question sous bagay mystique. You know, so n'a propre sou sujet mystique. So, sou gen question, ou met la gen question, et puis ma ba ou réponse. All right? Okay. Shakar Anderson, once I get off this live, I'm going to basically contact you. Ebony Hudge, this is your first time on my live. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Well, you're tuning into an open Q&A, so ask your questions and I'm here to answer. How can I interact with the loi if not initiated? Well, I would say this. The game is supposed to be sold and never told. But again, contacting the loi, see, let me be a little serious with you, man. Contacting a loi is a very complicated thing. And this is something I stay away from when it comes to people that I don't know. I don't want to bring people into certain things and they're not ready for it. When you're working with a loi, you got to have a lot of experience. You have to know what you're doing because they can be upset by the things that you do, by the things that you do if it's not to their standard. So I wouldn't want to introduce someone into something that they can't handle. Okay, let's see this. With the intranquil love work, once the listen, you know what? I have an idea where this question is going, but let me read it fully so I don't jump to conclusions. With the intranquil love work, once the target comes back, how does Marionette know to remove her spirit from them? I thought this person was going to ask me, is the spell over when the person comes back? Well, listen. How does she know when to remove her spirit from them? That's why you got to contact me. You know what I'm saying? Basically, when you do work with me, you have a contract that you're making, right? And once you get what you want, you have to contact me. And we severed that that obligation. That's all it is, because I make the contracts. That's what I do. Okay, wait. Let me. Can you? Oh my God, what is understandable? Thank you for answering my question. Okay. Can you enlighten me if love spells are because there are what? Hold on. This man. I'm getting a lot of questions, man. A lot of questions. Hold on. Can you enlighten me if love spells are real because there are TikTok baby witches posting? Okay. Are love spells real? I'm not going to be sarcastic tonight. I'm going to keep it real with you. Love spells, for some people, they would say that they're real. And I'm not here to convince you into my way of thinking or other people's way of thinking. I mean, listen, some people, they see things, and for what they see, it makes them believe. They say seeing is believing. So it's something that you have to experience for yourself. Maybe your experience, you may not have a good experience, So I can't say to you if this is real or not. You got to have your own personal experience. But there's people out here that are having good experiences with that. Ooh, yeah, here we go. Ooh. If I put spell work on a fool, I ain't taking it off. Welcome to death row. Man, okay, what we have here? Do sapphire emerald good to mix with silver? I can't tell you all of that. You have to experiment and find out for yourself. If I tell you on live, I'm losing business. So therefore, that's something that you're gonna have to find out on your own. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Once you have sex with a target that has the intranquil on them, will the spirit be on you? Absolutely not. It all, but you know what? There's always an exception to the rule. That depends on if, well, not if, that depends on what they're utilizing, what type of intrinsic spirit they're utilizing, because some can definitely latch onto you, but that all depends on how it's done, what they're using. Okay, now let me look at the TikTok questions here. Bro, I want my ex to just love me and only me, and nobody go above me. Okay, let me say something to that. Let's talk let's be real right here. When you do a love spell, from my years of experience, I've been in a position where I did a love spell. I can go back at least 17 years ago. I remember I did this love spell, man. Oh my God, I'm telling you, this chick was, listen, I didn't have nothing. She liked me, but I think I fell off a bit. And listen, this girl was making me. Listen, this girl. I gotta say this. This girl loved me naturally, right? See, the one thing you got to take consideration is when a person already loves you and you do work on them, it intensifies that even more. See, the thing is, and that all depends on their age too, because a love spell can hit someone. You got to understand that the age plays a factor too, because now when you're younger, 25, 24, you're still immature. So a female, her requirements for someone may not be that high as a woman that's 28, 29, 35. So now when you're doing a love spell, you may find when you're dealing with a younger female that it hits her harder. Her standards are not very high. So now there's not much competition for you, because she's not materialistic yet. 23, she's not necessarily materialistic yet. She may bicker here and there, but she'll settle for less. So if you're talking about getting her head over heels for you, where she's not going to mess with anybody else, there's a lot of factors that contribute to a woman getting to that place. Listen, hit those like buttons on Facebook, man. Listen, YouTube, TikTok, hit those like buttons, man, because this is how you gonna make my social media popular, man. My presence on social media popular. YouTube, can y'all hit those, those thumbs up? Facebook, can y'all hit those thumbs up? Because it's gonna make my thing move to the algorithm. But as far as when a love spell goes, sometimes I get this. People so they can love nobody else but me. See, what you got to keep in mind is that a love spell is keeping a person in your presence. But in the same token, they still have a free will. There's a lot of factors that play into whether you're going to get that person to get that person locked in on you. Again, age, their level of maturity. But when you do a love spell, you got to take this into consideration. Depending on what you do, it's like you're putting obstacles in their way. Some love spells will have the person head over heels for you. And some love spells will touch a person where they are more on a love level with you. But there's also restrictions. If that person tries to go date someone else, they may fall out with that person. You know, they may start having financial problems in their life. They may start having chaos in their life. So as far as, listen, every situation is different. And that all depends on what cards you're playing with. You can't take a female that's loose and that likes to sleep around and think that it's going to be easy peasy. You're going to do a love spell on her and basically it's just going to work like that. That person may have to, that person may have to go through a lot of issues before they come to terms with, you know what, I'm tired of doing this and I gotta, and I gotta leave this thing alone. But one thing I will say, there's a statement that says you can't turn a whore into a housewife. There may be some truth to that. And like I said, the best targets to get are the targets that put up the least resistance. So if you know the person that you're dealing with is a cheating dog, or then basically that may be a terrible candidate for you. Maybe you need to switch up your candidate, because what you're going to get mainly is that person being punished. So before that person curves and turns your direction, you're going to have to go through a lot of punishment. So now, let me look at these questions here. What is this? Am I Haitian? Don't you see it in the name? Haitian Boko Leonard Elmira? Yes. Am I Haitian? Yes. I was born in Port-au-Prince, Haiti in 1982. Came here when I was young, but I was a Billy Badass. My mother sent me back to go live with my father for a couple of years. Then I came back to the U.S. Okay. So now, what's the next one? Good evening, sir. According to your name, are you a child? How do you say dark side of spiritism? I'm just saying. Listen. How can I respond to that question? I would say, what you see is what you get. That's what I say about that. Now let me get to this Facebook question here. Hold on. This is long-winded. Woo! I had justice work done in December. My partner, parentheses male, was behaving very bizarre and picked up and left. He moved to Louisiana, apparently for someone else. Woo! The justice work was done for him not to be successful so much that he has to come home. And what he did comes back 100-fold. I saw him once since then at a conference. He seemed like he wanted to come back, but did not. The fact that he is in Louisiana institution is saying that he is in Louisiana. Institution is saying that he is being worked from there. How long does justice work? Listen, Bob Marley has a saying, I don't want to wait in vain for your love. Same thing with destruction magic. Okay, got it. Sorry, I misread that. Okay, listen. Just like Bob Marley said, I don't want to be waiting in vain for your love. Same thing with black magic. If you're doing revenge work on someone or you're doing justice work on a person, if it's done correctly, there's going to be certain signs that's going to transpire. Now, if you don't have access to see what's going on, you're going to think that nothing's going on. See, that's the thing. You guys got to have access to these people that you're doing work on, because I know a lot of you don't have the faith to basically stick with a project when you don't have access to see. When you don't have access to see, and sometimes we can assume that everything's going right because we don't know the internal details as to what's going on with that person. And that's one of the worst things you can do. You got to have access to the target so you can know what's going on. Now, as far as what they use, I don't know what they use it at work. But then again, you want to make sure that that person that you're doing that, you want to make sure the person that who has done the work for you, or if you've done it for yourself, it works. Because just because a person posts a bunch of pictures online and social media, it doesn't mean that it's going to work. And that's something that people get fooled with by a lot of times. They get fooled into thinking that, oh, I see pictures posted online, that means that the work is good. No. The results is what means everything, not posting pictures online. Hi, how are you, Boko? If I have a budget of 1K or less, is that enough for a street sweeper ring? No, I can't. I can't do nothing for you. I can't do nothing for you because basically, that's not even gonna make up. That's not even gonna make up for labor. To basically put that ring together, there's got to be diamonds that's got to be set in there. That's not gonna be enough. I'm sorry. Okay, now let me get to these TikTok questions. What is sags and magic? I don't know. Hello, hello, hello. 1 second. Hello. Let me try and catch these. Took a walk through the cemetery the other day and asked the spirits for assistance and guidance. Things have been going good, but notice other sides of myself differently. My Facebook is Leonard Elmira. Once you go on Facebook, just type in Leonard Elmira. Let me see something real quick. How can you tell if someone put a love spell on you? Well, that's kind of difficult because there's a lot of love spells. There's not just one love spell. There's many forms of love spells. That all depends. I remember. Let me give you a story. I remember one time there was this Dominican girl that I was seeing. Man, this had to be about 10 years ago. There's this Dominican girl I was seeing, and one night, I remember I was sleeping on my bed. I heard whispers, like shh, 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 like whispers. And I was like, who the fuck is talking? Right? But it's like I heard these whispers in my psychic hearing, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Right? So anyway, next day, I'm talking to this Dominican chick, right? She's on a sewing machine, sewing, right? And then she speaks, right? She sews through her finger. I was like, aha! In my mind, caught red-handed. So now, I ask her, did you try to do a love spell on me? She pauses for a minute, and she says, no, I think I said, did you try to do work? Did you try to do a spell on me? I didn't say love spell. She came out and said, she paused for a minute. She's like, I wasn't trying to do anything to hurt you. You hear that? She said she wasn't trying to do anything to hurt me. And she told me that she did a love spell on me because she felt that there was so much women that was attracted to me and she didn't want to lose me and stuff like that, right? And I told her, listen, don't do that because there's spirits around me that will get very jealous and it will try to hurt you for doing that. So again, she tried to do a love spell on me. She got caught red-handed. Blood was all over her machine, all over her table, everything. Man, she fucked herself up, man. Unbelievable, but true. Yeah. I'm going to answer your question. Okay, let me answer your question. Let me go back to LT. I answered your question. If Marionette brings your target back, does that mean, oh, okay, okay, all right, then answer this question. If Marionette brings your target back, does that mean you sold your soul? Oh my God, you guys need to stay off. Listen, listen. You guys need to stay off of this Google search stuff, man. Because listen, stay off of this Google search stuff, man. The question is, if Marionette brings your target back, does that mean you sold your soul and you take her place in the purgatory when you die? No. Listen, listen. Mm, man, let me just say this. If you don't do what you need to the right way, you may find yourself experiencing the pains of an intranquil spirit. Now, when you put the target to the spirit for them to bring them back to you, that's almost like selling their soul right there. Because now, basically, if you notice when you're doing that in tranquil work, you start seeing good things happen for you. I know there's one female that's on TikTok. Years ago, I did work for her. This chick ended up getting, like, she's, what was she, like 20 years old, 22 years old? She had, like, 22 years old with her own house, nice car. Man, I wish she was in alive here, man. But yeah, she basically, I did work for her, her life leveled the heck up, man. She out of this world, man. Unbelievable, but true. But no, you don't trade places. You stay off of this Google stuff, man. Okay, now let me look at the I let embrace me. I'm still learning. Okay, I'm still wondering if there are signs that have a spell on me. Again, there's no way to tell. I gave you a scenario of what I experienced. I was hearing voices. Now, again, I have yet to have a love spell penetrate me. Oh, hold on. I might have a good response for you. How does it feel? I remember I did a love spell back in the day. Well, you need to follow, listen, you need to follow my analogy, not my analogies, you need to follow my stories because you can probably get some bits and pieces out of this. I remember, how many years ago was this? This had to be at least 20 years ago. I remember, no, I'm lying. That had to be like 15 years ago. I remember there was this female that I was working on, man, and I was doing a love spell, right? And the way I found out how a love spell feels was by the work I did backfired on me. So basically, I did this love spell to make this female obsessed with me, man. And it ended up backfiring on me. Man, I'm tripping. I'm like, oh my God, please, I want to talk to you. Can I come see you? So listen, sometimes you may experience this desperation that comes out onto you, like out of nowhere. Like, I'm just saying from what I know, from what I've done, and that backfired on me, you may get this desperation that comes over you. Like, I gotta see this person. Oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, that thing will make you go crazy. But that is how the work manifests in that light. There's so many ways to do a love spell. It's not just one way and that's it. Come on. There's more than one way to do a love spell. There's many ways to do a love spell. And each one of those ways that the love spell is done, it affects you in different ways. Yeah, it affects you in different ways. Can a target resist candle magic? That's the way. Listen, wait. Let me tell you something. That's the way the shit backfired on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had, matter of fact, basically the first time around, the candle magic was what backfired on me. Then you have the mojo bags that basically backfired on me. I got stories about that one too, man. That mojo bag, that thing makes you desperate, man. When I say desperate, no, well, that thing makes you very depressed. You know what I'm saying? The southern people, they call it the grigri. You know what I'm saying? The gree bag or grease or something like that. But yeah. That bag right there will make you very suicidal. That thing will make you suicidal, man. Oh man, I remember that thing, man. Oh, the candle one is the worst, man. The candle, when that thing backfires on you, you know what I'm saying? That thing, oh shoot, I gotta go. I gotta see this person, man. Yeah, the grease, man. Them things will make you suicidal, man. Okay, all right. You didn't answer mine regarding working through the cemetery. Oh my God, walking through the cemetery. And well, listen. Okay, walking through the cemetery, how you felt different. You saw certain things happen to you. Well, if you're walking through the cemetery, I hope you cleansed. After you walk through the cemetery, I hope you understand that when you walk through the cemetery and you leave without doing a cleanse, you're gonna feel different because you're picking up energy from the environment. If you're feeling different because after you left the cemetery, that's natural because you're picking up energy of those spirits that passed on. You got to do a spiritual cleanse if you feel out of character. I hope I answer your question now. So I didn't know, I didn't do no work, have anything backfire on me. So that's how I feel put on me. Well, okay, if that's how you feel that right now, then you may need to cleanse yourself. You need to do a spell breaker or something like that, you know? You know what I'm saying? I know how that thing feels, man. Man, huh? Have you ever communicated with Orishas? I mean, when I first started trying to find my way, I dipped and dabbled and stuff like that. I dipped and dabbled, but I'm the worst person to ask when it comes down to prayers and stuff like that with with spirits and stuff like that. I do what I need to do and I don't even pay attention to it afterwards, man. Like that's the type of person I am. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to dealing with spirits and stuff like that, I make my prayers, but I'm not trying to know what's on their mind. You know, I'm not trying to figure out what's going on. Hold on. Let me see this. Oh man, listen, I got this cute. I'm not. I got this snow bunny hitting me up, man. Man, she bad as hell. She thick as hell, man. But anyway, that's a whole other story, man. But listen, let me get back to serious things, man. Yeah, when it comes down to like communication with spirits, I'm like again, I'm the worst person to talk to about that because again, maturity. When you mature in this community, a lot of things don't even have appeal to you anymore. When I first got in this community, I was like, man, I want to astral project. I want to see what astral projection's like. I mean, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to experience everything. Oh, someone sent me $20 for. Thank you. Someone sent me $20 for the Bawon La Qua question. Thank you. Yeah. So listen, if y'all listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't have the what they call that Facebook thing again. I forgot what they call that Facebook thing again. When super chat, I don't have that anymore. So listen, if you want to be on top of the list, like matter of fact, I'm not gonna say it on TikTok whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna say it on TikTok because if I say something financial on TikTok, what is this? Who is it? Man, they send me money left and right. But listen, I don't want to say certain things on TikTok because if I say certain things financial on TikTok, they may stop my live, they may try to block me and whatever. Now I'm not even gonna do that, man. But y'all know what the routine is on YouTube and Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the drill. So it is what it is. If you want to be on front of the line, if you want to be on front of the line, y'all know what to do. Hold on. Let me look at something real quick. My question is, I don't do work, but I study. What is this, man? I study. Me asking for help and telling them, I can't even. Well, listen, prayer of a further, what the scripture says, prayer of a righteous man prevaileth much. So we can take that as prayer of a righteous person prevaileth much. You know what I'm saying? So in that context, listen, sometimes a basic prayer is enough. You know, so some people be thinking, oh, candles, isn't that candle? Listen, prayers are powerful too. Petitions are powerful too. Don't sleep. Petitions are very powerful too. Can I talk about skull candles? I can't talk about skull candles because I don't have much experience with skull candles. To be honest with you, I've never really worked with skull candles like that. You know, let me tell you something. Don't think that people, everybody knows everything, every type of technique or tool, that like they know everything. No, man, there's certain things I haven't done. You know, do I have any experience with Tijan Petro? No, 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 no. But I do have experience with his girlfriend, Marinette Piesesh. Bonsoir, bonsoir. We had the Zoes up in the house. I see the Zoes coming through. What up, what up, what up? Bonsoir, bonsoir. Yeah, we got the Zoes in the house. But yeah, man, that's it. Tijan Petro, but what I can say about Tijan Petro from what I heard from the Gamoun was this. Is that Tijan Petro, he will set your house on fire. That boy don't play. You know what I'm saying? He's a munchkin, but he don't play. He'll set your house on fire. Man, how often okay, so here goes. Someone asked me, how often can you take a spiritual bath? And how do you make one? I can't tell you how you make one because I'm a business, right? But you know what I'm saying? What I can tell you is that you should be taking a spiritual bath daily. I take a spiritual bath every day. You know what I'm saying? Well, I wouldn't say every day, but I'm just about every day. When I walk outside my house, there's filth all around me. You say, bump that whole thing about laver tête in Haitian Vodou, about once a year, every 6 months. Man, they should make you something where, you know what I'm saying? How can I say it? They should make you a gallon. You know what I'm saying? You should have yourself a gallon at home. So that, you know what I'm saying? Basically, I know that's going to mess up people's business. I know some of the people going to be mad at me. They're going to be mad at me like, yo, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? We had our program going on once a year whatsoever, man. Why are you doing that, man? You cutting our money out. But listen, for me, I make myself big canisters of bath solution so that when I go outside and I pick up negative energy, all I just got to go and do in my crib is just take my spiritual bath and that stuff is gone. They're saying, why? Listen, when you go outside, you're absorbing negative energy, especially if you don't got no regular protection on. You're absorbing negative energy. Sometimes you can touch things and it has bad energy on there. You know what I'm saying? So what, you're going to wait? You're going to wait for, you know what I'm saying? You're going to wait until months later to get a cleanse? Well, now you feel sick, now you feel depressed. So you got to wait 6 months in order for you to do your laver tête. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. So I say to you people out there, you should be cleansing daily. Wherever you're saging, wherever you're spiritual bath, doing spiritual baths, you should be doing it on a daily basis, man. Please be careful with spirits. I mean, of course, they should be careful. I take a spiritual bath every other day. That's very good. Very good. So listen. I gave you guys about 48 minutes of my time. I got to get to my PS5. I need to play some Street Fighter 6. I want to play some video games. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll holler at you guys on the next one.